Good day, YouTubers. This is my 2007 Honda Odyssey minivan. Today, I'm going to be taking off the front bumper. This whole complete bumper assembly with my helpers. And my helpers are to help me because my power steering was leaking. It's leaked before on the low pressure side. I replaced some tubing, but it began to leak on me again. And what I found was behind this symbol, leading into the excess for the radiator, that's where the power steering cooler line came along to get its cooling. And that was leaking in one spot. So I've already removed it. This is winter time here in Canada, and I removed it a little while ago. It's cold enough here that our power steering, the rest of the line, will cool it enough. Bought me a little bit of time. I just bypassed it with a straight rubber hose. It's on the low pressure side, so I can use a rubber hose. And I'm going to be installing this today. That's the kit I ordered from down in the States. $29 with shipping and everything. It was like, I think it was like 40 bucks Canadian, I think, in total, shipped to my door. So I'm going to install this today. What was on the van before, if you can picture it, it was just bare line, half of an S. That's all it was, and just a bare metal line itself in a loop like that. And they recommend getting one of these. Like, I don't tow trailers or anything with this thing, but it provides better cooling. And the line itself to replace from Honda was like 100 bucks or more. So I said no. I said I'll just put this in there myself, and it should do a better job than what the OEM did. So anyway, when I went at this, there wasn't a big lot of help showing you how to take these bumpers off. So I figured I'd do a quick video just to show you how to. Installing that's pretty simple. There's no need, I'm not going to do a video on that, but I figured for somebody who need to get access to the front part of their Honda van, at least in the 2007 model line, I'll show you how this bumper comes off in one piece. It's quite simple, pretty quick to do, and that way if you need help getting access to the front of your radiator, or need to work on the radiator or the power steering cooling like I did, or to get at your lights or whatever, then you'd know how to do it. Alright, I'm going to set things up here in a minute. I want to jack the car up, or the van up a little bit, put it on the jack stands, just so it gives me easier access to underneath here. I never trust, especially hydraulic systems, by themselves. I mean, this is an old Princess Auto jack I've been using, a 2-ton, 3.5-ton jack. It's probably about 6 or 8 years old, works perfect. But I'd never trust it by itself. I've seen one of these before in the past, seal would bust, and whatever it's holding up would drop like a stone. So I'm only just going to be reaching my hand underneath here anyway, so if it did drop, she'll just drop back on our tires. Unless I put my hands underneath the tires, which I won't. I can't get pinned in there, because I'm not going to be putting my body in underneath this, but where I got to reach is just in underneath the edge of the bumper here. But just as a precaution, just to let you know. Anyway, back in a minute when I get this set up. Yeah, I got it jacked up. Enough that the wheel is just a bit off the ground there. It also helps, I'll show you why in a minute, for easier turning the wheel back and forth. Anyway, I wanted to point out first, this is the dust shield that's under the van. I already had that taken off from a previous repair I'd done when I went at this first, and I just didn't bother to put it back on. It's not absolutely necessary, well, at least for what I was doing. So I just left it off for now. It's winter time outside there, so I didn't really want to be out or going through the trouble of putting it all back on yet. But anyway, this comes off fairly easy. There's a couple of clips along the front, and it's quite easy to figure out once you get underneath the van where those clips are. So that has to come off first. Take that off. Put it to one side. And then there's one here on the top. This one here is a separate piece too. You have to remove all of these little clips. Okay, so just remove those little clips, remove them, and take this off. So let's get ourselves a flat top screwdriver, and the way you remove them, the camera picks it up, you can see that there's little slots here. So you get your, depending on how much dust and dirt is on them, you just prime a little bit loose, like this, and then they should just pop up and pop out like this. And what these clips are, let's see if I can take them apart here. Couldn't take it completely apart, but when they push down, they force those little teeth open inside the hole, and that's what keeps that from popping back out again. So you're just popping these up enough, get the head up like that, just enough so this bottom end closes back together again. Then you can take it out. Find a nice safe place to put all of them, and then you can continue on. Now, took a second. That's why I keep these old windshield wash bottles around for. You're looking for something to put parts in so you don't lose them. I like keeping them. I cut them up depending on what size I want, and it gives me a nice little parts holder so I can keep all my parts together, and when I go to put this thing back together again, I'll know where all my parts are. Anyway, I'm going to continue taking all these clips out, just popping them out. See, they go fairly easy. Doesn't take much. Hard to do with one hand. I don't have something to hold on to my, I'm only using my phone, so I'm going to be stopping this for a second. Just pop those out like that. Sometimes the dirt and stuff makes them a little bit hard, but that's all you got to do is pop them out. Okay, I got all those popped out, so it's just a matter of taking it. Just watch, you know, some little spots there. It comes up. Lay it off to one side, and then we're left with this. Again, just look around, you'll find the next set of clips. There's one there, there's one there, and that's really all there is holding that together. You don't really want to pop this out, just stay together on the bumper as one piece. And then around the bottom there'll be some more clips. I'll show you as I take it out. So I'll take those two off. And the reason why I put her up on our wheels is because in here and up inside of here, which you won't see because I don't have a light, but right here there's a bolt, and it requires, I believe it's a 10mm head. That's the only bolt you'll have to unscrew, if I can remember correctly. It's been a while since I had this off. The rest is going to be those pop-off pins. So there's one here at this bumper, just right here, around this area. So you got to pull your fender skirt back a little bit and get your wrench up inside there. And the same thing on the other side. And then underneath, there'll be more of those clips. That usually works here where your dust shield is. Of course, I got the dust shield gone, and I put it back on with tie clips, you can see, in some cases, but she's pretty loose other than that. So you just follow along the edge of the bumper and find all the spots that she clips in and just get those clips off. That's what I'm going to do now, and then we'll just hold the bumper off. Now, let's see if I can show you what's... hopefully my camera can pick it up a little bit. I'm getting down, I'm looking up, and if you look in there, you can just see it's a star top screwdriver And of course we call them a Phillips top head screw, just a single one, up and there. That's what I try to reach and get that out if I can. And of course I can't find my really good screwdriver, so I use this one. And basically I'm going in at it from here. I'm just putting my hand right here, and I'm going to see if I can get that off. And of course it's hard for me to do one-handed, but that's the only screw, one here and one on the other side. Back with you. That's all there is to it. So it's just a couple of little pushing clips here. You just, when you pull it, she wiggles out of it. Reverse when you go to put it back on again. Now I got that clear. Now I get it to work, and you can see here's the cooler line there, part of it, and when you see that rubber hose that connects in right there, that's the part I took out. And I just cut it off there with a tube cutter and put that rubber hose under to bypass the area that was leaking. And if you look real close at this one, you can see that around here, that one's wet. So she's weeping a little bit right there now out of that side of it. It was the exact opposite of that one, was sitting right there. And that's what keeps your power steering fluid cool once it's been used. And it's coming from this direction, from the driver's side, over to the passenger side. I'm going to be cutting this one out too. And it comes up past this part of the bumper guard, goes in around, you can see the windshield wash bottle there. You can see where it joins in right here again, so I'll be cutting it off somewhere around there on the good part of the line. I think it's where it gets in these supports. They hold salt and water, and that's what causes them to rust eventually through there. And it goes into there, and of course back up to your power steering pump. And there's your reservoir right there, which I'll refill once I do this. So I'm going to hook this thing up now. There's over there, and reassemble all this together again. And anybody tackling this project, I hope it helps you out in learning how to take that front bumper off. You can see it gives you nice access to everything in front here. Alright, bye.